Webflow Workshop. I'm Nelson, and this week I want to talk about something that I've been addicted to: Pokemon Go. And I think a lot of people are as well. But what I like about Pokemon Go is the UX of it all, and I've been playing it for a while, and it's pretty fun. And it got me thinking there's some things as web designers we can learn from it, and I just want to go over some of those things with you guys and see if it can be useful. Let's see here. But before we start, as always, with every episode, I want to say thank you to all the people who are already in the chat room. Alex, Riley, Alexandra, Paul. Thank you guys so much for coming back. It's always fun to, talk with you guys, and love this community, love you guys. So, and also Marcia, hi. So, if you've been living under a rock and don't know what Pokemon Go is, I will explain it to you. Let me see here. I am streaming my, let's see here. I'm streaming my phone. So, this is Pokemon Go. And what it is, it's like a real life version of the Pokemon cartoon. What I mean by real life is that you actually have to go to places, and the app tracks you via GPS, and you have to go to places to actually collect Pokemon, or go to Pokestops or Pokemon gyms to battle. So you actually have to go to places and do things in the real life. Also, for example, it tracks. It's like a fitness app. It tracks how far you walk or bike, and it rewards you for that by giving you Pokemon for either 2, 5, or 10 kilometer traveling distances. So that's pretty cool too. So yeah, the very most important part that I like about the Pokemon Go UI, the whole layout, is this guy right here, the Pokeball. Now, I've noticed that a lot of websites like to use the hamburger menu at the top right. Now, even Webflow has this, where the default nav bar, okay, the default nav bar component, if you go here, this guy right here, if you drag it in, let me drag in another one. So let me delete these two. I'm going to show you guys. So if you drag in a nav bar like that, you already get a hamburger menu if you're on the tablet, if you're on the tablet view or lower, okay? And when you click on the hamburger menu in preview mode, you get this drop down. Now, this is great, for now. But just like Fritz is saying, yeah, let's do a new trend for the Pokeball menu. But something like that, yeah. What I would suggest, if, you want to push your sites further, I would suggest making a floating action button. Now, Google Material Design has already been doing this, okay? For example, a lot of people are copying it, like on Twitter. This is a screenshot of the Twitter app on Android. Now, they have their floating action button at the bottom right, and so does Google Drive and Inbox and whatnot. They're all floating at the bottom right, which is awesome, because it's easier for a thumb to hit if you're on a mobile, and when you click on this, it opens up your basic functionality, kind of like how on Pokemon, if I go back to it, there you go. If I click on this, it has all my basic functionality. Okay, same thing with the Twitter button. If you click on it, it has all your basic functionality. Now, this is really good, and if you click on this guy right here, say this is on a mobile phone, okay? Pretend this is a mobile phone, and I click on this. Well, my thumb really can't reach to the top right, so it's really tough. So what do you have to do? You have to hold your phone on one hand and then tap it with the other. because phones are getting bigger with the iPhone 6 Plus or the Nexus 6. I have a Nexus 6 and it's really tough and it's hard to reach here, okay, with your thumb, with one hand. And so, why not do something where it's at the bottom right, just like the floating action buttons? But then there's a thing that I don't like, because I haven't seen a setting for this yet, and I think it'd be really cool if there was a left-hander version. So I'm left-handed, and why can't I have my floating action button on the left and then push these thumbnails to the right? So the world is full of right-handed people. That's cool. But left-handed people, it's still tough for us. So I have to go it's not really gonna work. I have to stretch my thumb, and it sucks. Whereas a simpler solution is putting it in the center. And that works for both left-handed and right-handed. So there you go, and you can actually do that. Yeah. And for example, when I was making, working on a floating action button for my own site, I was like, okay, let me try this out. So floating action buttons are possible on Webflow. You just need to not use the nav component, the navbar component. Making stuff from scratch is more tough. Yes, it is. You have to critically think, how am I going to rebuild a nav element without using a pre-styled component? That is tough, yes. But when you put that extra effort in, it makes your UI and UX more unique and more accessible for more people. So keep that in mind. And yes, this is possible on Webflow. So, and I'm going to share this with you guys later, but check it out. Boop. So I was playing around, and it is possible to make a Pokeball. And it's a floating object. So, I can have anything in this inner wrapper. Let me put like a background. Switch it up. Let's see here. Pretty cool. Something like that. Yeah. And then you can have all your content inside of there. So yeah, you wouldn't necessarily make a Pokeball for your menu button, but what I'm trying to say is floating action buttons on mobile screens should be a thing by now. Okay, I mean, Google Material Design's doing it. Everyone is having their main action buttons on the bottom, and yet web design has stayed stuck with the nav bar at the top right when thumbs can't reach it. So yeah, just keep that in mind. What else do I got here? Card design. Yes. So everyone's doing cards design, and if you're not familiar with cards, it's let me give you an example of cards. Let's go to Webflow Workshops. So right here, these are cards. Okay, it's an image and some text, and you've probably seen cards all over. Ooh, yeah, Vimeo has some nice cards. If I go here, so these are cards, okay, that have hover states. So for example, you have the let me explain this a little bit more. So you have the image or thumbnail of the video, and then you have the name, and then the artist, and then how many views or plays it has, and then an icon at the top to indicate it's a staff pick. And then same thing with these. These are all cards. Okay, it's just a repeating of dynamic stuff. Okay, when it okay. Bob has a good thought, but the hamburger logo on the top right is very self-explaining. Yes. Um, but you can. So, for example, there is no hamburger menu here on the Twitter one. Okay? But this floating action button on the bottom right, it's always in your face. It's fixed to the bottom right. It never leaves. And so it makes someone curious to click it. When they click it or tap it, it reveals more menu items. And so, in my opinion, uh, giving someone a faster click rather than having to hold a phone with one hand and then clicking with or tapping with another hand, it's faster just with one hand and a thumb, you know? Until someone wants to actually start typing something, then you need, of course, two hands. Yeah. Okay. But why should web design still stay to this hamburger menu at the top right? Why can't we follow the trends of what popular apps like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and whatnot are using already? You know? I mean, those teams have already done so much research and are continually trying to see what makes it easier for their users to use. And isn't that our job as well as web designers? Making a website easier to use for everyone? So just a thought. So yeah, card design right here. Let's see here. For that one, let me see. My big guy right here. Yeah. So this is really cool. This is really cool card design, in my opinion, because there's a lot of information, but yet because of type hierarchy, it's easy to understand. Okay. For example, the first thing we need to know about a Pokemon is its combat power, or CP. That number is the most important thing for someone to read. And so when they read that, it's like, oh, this one's really powerful. And then you have the icon the photo of the monster. And then the information, and it just keeps going down and down. And one thing I noticed is that you don't need to have an icon for everything, which is really nice, because having too many icons can ruin the look of a card. This one is mainly just text, so the most important, and then the category or the detail of it, and then larger text for the detail, and then the smaller for the category, and so on. The only thing that has icons is this pencil guy, which means we all know what pencil means. It means edit. And then the stardust and the certain type of candy color that you would need to upgrade this guy. Yeah, and that's about it. You don't need an icon for its attacks. You don't need an icon for its special attacks or where it's their Google Maps API is broken, but where you caught it from. So yeah, it's super simple. But one thing I really want to feature is, let's see here, is it happening? Yeah, cool. Animated background, or even a background video. And I haven't seen many people do this, but I think it would be really cool to step up your UI for your cards, or your light boxes even. It's something. So when you pull it up, you have a background video, a small one that's just replaying, or it could be an animated GIF, something like that. Yeah, so this one, the background tells you the type of Pokemon that it is. So this one looks very fiery, hence it's a fire type, whereas the other one was a water type. And then this one is a fairy type, so it has it's nice and soft. And so yeah, something like that to help explain the card, which is nice. All right, Alexandra, kids are known for taking the easiest way, they keep it simple. Yeah, it's quite amazing that kids nowadays can find their favorite game like Angry Birds on the fourth page of an iPad menu. You know, they would know scroll, scroll, scroll. Oh, okay. There's my favorite game icon. I'm gonna click it. Now I get to play. And sometimes, they might not even know how to talk full sentence or speak full sentences yet, which is amazing. So always try to go for something simple, and we know that creating simple is the hardest thing to do, so go for it. Riley asks, would there need to be a case of having an action button within a desktop view, or is it only best within a mobile environment? Yes, Alex gets I agree with Alex. You would only need a floating action button when you're on mobile, because when you're on desktop you have a lot of things. When you're on desktop you have a lot of things to work with. You have a lot of desktop real estate to work with, so take advantage of it. You don't want to hide your menu immediately. We give you this option as well in Webflow, but if I go here, if I make the menu icon for desktop and below, do I know what's inside that menu button? Not really, but I have to click on it in order to see it. And sure, this is making the site cleaner if you make it like this, but yet you're doing a disservice by making the user click one extra time just to find things. If you're on desktop, just leave it like that. Show all your links. If you have like 20 links or something like that, find a good number for your max, because if you have 20 links, then that's too much information at the top. Maybe like maximum 6 or 7 links at the top, and then maybe do a more. I'll give you an example. If you go to our website, so nothing is in a hamburger menu. As you can see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the fourth one is all of these. And now the team and I, some of the team members agree that this plans and pricing should be outside of this drop-down menu, and because there is space for it. But stuff like the workshops and about that could be in a drop-down menu. So yeah, don't hide your things on the desktop. When it comes to mobile and you need to save space, go ahead and hide it. People are willing to tap when it comes to a mobile screen, but when it comes to desktop, make it faster. All right. What else do we have? Yeah, gamification. Oh, so it's a game. Pokemon Go is a game. Now, gamification is great when you want to praise people for doing things you want them to do. For example, here, the game wants me to level up, and it shows my level, how far I need to go, gives you a journal and whatnot, but also it gives you a bunch of these medals. Like, hey, you've jogged, hey, you've walked this far. Awesome. And so it gives you a medal for that, and it, besides a virtual medal, it's actually nothing. But the fact that it says, hey, good job, that's what you want to do if you're making like a web app or something. For example, on the Webflow forums, there's a lot of people that are helping other people out, and they're volunteering their time to help people, which is awesome. And I want to praise you guys. I want to give you guys I want to gamify that, because I want to reward you guys for helping out, And so that's why I'm trying to start a program. And if you haven't heard of it, I think it's on the forums. Let me see here. I'll put the link in. Is it join the... okay, yeah, community leaderboard. Yeah. Let me put that there. Okay. So yeah, I want to give you guys prizes for helping out. Want to give you medals and maybe discount codes and whatnot. And that's the whole gamification thing. I'm praising you for doing awesome. All right. And it's shown throughout the game. It's like for example, let's see here if we go here. So yeah, it shows you that this bar means that I should power it up all the way to its max level, and so I should play more. Yeah. So stuff like that. So gamification, you get medals, distance. Oh yeah, distance traveled. That's the most important part. Come on, eggs. There we go. All right. So to me, this is the most important part of the whole game. Telling people, hey, you need to walk or jog or bike for this distance. And that's a great thing, making people get out and exercise. And so it'll track how far you've traveled, and once you reach a certain distance, it'll crack open that egg and give you a random Pokemon inside of it. Awesome, So stuff like that, rewarding people for being awesome, is what makes web apps really great. All right. Oh, and last thing that I think is great about this when it comes and how we web designers can learn from it is animations. With every video game, there's always something happening. For example, animations are happening everywhere. Even if you're in a static state, like right now, I'm not moving. My phone's not moving. Nothing's moving. But the game is still moving. It's alive. It does this to tell you that, hey, the game is running. Everything's fine. And the clouds, it indicates that it's daytime and the game is on and it's moving. The GPS pinging shows that I'm moving. And then the character's head bobbing, probably like breathing really hard for some reason. It's always moving. And so adding subtle movements to your site can bring it alive. Now, subtle, very subtle, not like crazy animations where it's Michael Baying your site, Try something where it's always moving. And another great example, and I'll go back to it, we've already spoke about it, but having some type of video background or animated GIF background to add life to a card. I haven't seen this done yet, but I want to find a project or do something just like this because I think it would be really fun just to add some movement. For example, if you've been to History of Animation, let's go History of Animation. So this was built on Webflow. Nope. History of Animation .webflow.io. Is that okay? There was this one part. Where are you? There we go. Let's go to it. Woo! Nope, not that one. So awesome. This one right here. So this is what I mean by subtle. Okay, so this on hover, the background image changes to an animated GIF. So if I hover over this one, the lantern's moving. But it's only the lantern, nothing else. So adding subtle animations can help. Look at that, that's cool. So the lantern stopped. And go here, now her eyebrows stopped. Yeah, I always refer to this site because it's really cool. Here, let me send the link to you guys on the chat room. Yeah. animations. So also in Google Material Design, they also speak about. Oh, hey, there's a guy right there. I'll get him later. They also talk about animations with a purpose. Okay, so for example, when I click on this Pokeball, all the menu items come out from it. Okay, it's like there's things in the Pokeball, and then you click it, it reveals what's inside. And then you click the X to close it, everything goes back inside. So it's not just a let me show you the menu items, it's let me pop out the menu items really quick, and then you see them. So there's a purpose for that. When I click on this, it slides up from the bottom because it's a card. It's like you're pulling up a card saying, okay, what's nearby? Okay, cool. And then you close it. Okay, cool. I'm going to take it away. So just having things show up and hide is great, but it doesn't give life to your site. Okay? You want to always make the site alive, and that's why we have in Webflow, that's why we have options to let you slide it with animations, or even let's see here. Oh, there we go. Let me go my interactions. There we go. So we give you the timing right here. Okay? So instead of just having the timing go, actually have no timing and just have everything toggle, it's better if you make it animate, because it makes it more fun and the UX is more pleasing. Now, you don't want to make the animations too long, because then if it takes too long to make the to execute the animations, then you're making the user wait. So in my opinion, 200 milliseconds is the good number, is the number that you want for your animations, because it just happens fast enough. It happens fast enough where I'm like, okay, I can go to where I need to go, but slow enough where I know an animation is happening. Okay. Cool. Any questions so far, guys? Oh, here we go. We got a question from Willem. If I use the drop-down menu from Webflow, am I also able to make it animate, or do I have to build it from scratch? Let's see here. That's a good question. Let's see here. Let's go here. Let's experiment. Okay, so we have the drop down. So I dragged in a drop down menu from here, from the components, and I dragged it into my nav bar. Okay, now if I preview it, this is what he's talking about. I click it, and there's no animation. It's not fun. Can we animate it? Okay. I notice how we have easing here for the main drop down. So if I go here, that has easing, but can we do it on this? Let me figure it out. I think you would need to do some styles with it. This could already exist, but is there a way to save specific UI patterns? Okay, well, I'll get into that question later. I'm thinking, because we don't have that ease in the settings right here for the drop down settings, we don't. Oh, close delay is just. Yeah, you would need to. You can use the drop down interactions. Really? Let's see here. You need to show me, Alex. I haven't played around with the drop down menu enough. Let's see here. I know there's a drop down trigger right here. Okay, so drop down open. I would need to affect the other thing. So let's go ahead and Alex is going to make a tutorial. Yay, Alex, go for it. But I'm interested now. I want to figure it out. So let's go figure it out. Okay, let's see here. Drop down list. Drop down list. Okay. Use the drop down trigger to ease the opening of the drop down, for example, when open the menu element. Yes, yes, okay, I think I'm there. So go like this, affect different element. I gave it a class name of drop down list. Let's limit it to nested just in case. And drop down menu open. So when it opens, I'm thinking it. Oh, okay, I get it. Let's see here. I'll just do easy fade in like that, and then when it closes, it fades out. Okay. Yeah, and then the drop down list. Yeah, we should totally make this easier, you guys. I'll send this to the team and see what they say. But yeah, let's see here. Let's do a drop down list hide. So its initial appearance for the drop down list will just be opacity 0. And does it work? Boo. Alex, you're gonna have to help me. What'd I do wrong? What'd I do wrong? Okay. I'll figure it out. Let's see here. Going through the chat room. Hi, Yusuf Sirwan, Sia Bonga. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the stream. Thank you guys so much. Riley, this could already exist, but is there a way to save specific UI patterns in Webflow? Yes, using symbols. And so it's not the way you really want, but for example, say this floating action button, right? That's the style I want to keep. I can make that a symbol, and then I can drag that into anywhere I go. So if you want to save some sort of UI stuff, like you have elements that have the correct UI, you can use them as symbols. Oh yeah, you can use them symbols. So if I go here and I drag this in, cool, I have this here. But I want to make this kind of unique, so this is where my starting point. I can go ahead and unlink this, right? And I can start messing around with this by adding a combo class to it or whatnot. And that way it's kind of different, but it's the same. And so, yeah, you can probably do that. Alex says he's done the drop down menu with animations on the Jazzmatazz. I like that site. Jazzmatazz. All right. That's what it says to me. All right, where's this drop down? Oh, yeah, duh, right there. Oh, so you did on hover. I need to learn. And this is from the drop down component? Pretty cool, dude. Like it. All right. Tomas, dude, finally made it to your live stream. Awesome. Whoop whoop. Yeah, what's up? I eat websites. What's up? Thank you guys so much. I'm starting to feel like a Twitch streamer, you know, like saying hi to everyone, and yeah. But we don't want you guys to subscribe and pay. We just want you to subscribe because it's free. Free education. Yes. All right. Yeah, Alex, please help us with that tutorial. Definitely put it on the forums. Thank you so much. And here's the thing. Let me go back to this. I'm going to relink it. All right. So I want to reward you guys for helping people out on the forums. Creating your own tutorials that we don't have yet. Because we're still a small team and we're trying to make new things and also make tutorials for things and then update them whenever we have a UI update. So there's a lot of things happening behind the scenes that we're doing for you guys. And if you guys help us, we want to help you too. So make awesome stuff, help people, and I will reward you. Okay? So let's get this done. Go ahead and sign up for the community leaderboard. We already got a couple people. Anna, Alex, hello. Brazilian guy, Vitor Guerra. If I mess up the name, I'm so sorry. But yeah. Okay, so to the next part of Pokemon Go. So those are all the good things about this game, this app. Now, what things can't be good for the web, but it's really good for social gaming? So, obviously, in the game, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things you got to learn. You know, I didn't know that you can curve the ball. I didn't know what the leaves meant. Like these leaves right here that are happening, I didn't know what that meant. I ran over there once and then nothing happened. I was like, so what does the leaves mean? You know? And then like how do you take over a gym? I don't get it. And what's a Pokestop for? And what are the like there's so many things. But there's a reason why they didn't put all the instructions in, is because it would probably make the app super duper bloated because it's already huge. But two, it's making you research it. If you're really invested in the game and you want to learn, you'll go to Reddit, you'll go to Google, or you'll talk to friends and figure it out, you know? Whereas on websites, we don't want to do that because websites aren't made for gaming. They're meant to give information in the cleanest, fastest way possible. So we want to give as much information as possible. But to me, this game is awesome because the fact that I have to research this makes it more fun, because it makes me feel like a kid again, because I got to go ask friends, hey, what's the cheat code to what's the Konami cheat code for 99 lives, you know, or how do you do a dragon punch in Street Fighter, stuff like that. Or I would subscribe to Nintendo Power, and that's where I would find the magic whistle in Mario 3, you know, stuff like that made me research. So good for social gaming, not for web. Also, not so good for web is making people go outside and exercise. Yeah. Well, for this game, it's awesome. For the web, not so much. Can you imagine going to a website and it says, hey, if you want more information about this, you have to walk 2 kilometers. What? No. I'm going to close your website real fast. But the most best part about this game is that making people come out and be social. And I've met a couple of cool people that you can tell they don't like going outside much, but they have to because there's 3 Pokestops in one corner and all of them have lures, and you're just there grabbing as much experience points as possible. And then you're just there talking to people, which is pretty fun because the icebreaker is, hey, what team are you on? Mystic, Valor, or Instinct? You know, and people talk about it, which is fun, you know, but not so good for web. But all in all, yeah. Let's see here. Nelson, one great piece of UI UX in the game is the quick double tap and drag to control the zoom instead of requiring 2 fingers. Let me see here. Double tap. Oh. See, it's stuff like that. They don't tell you in the game, but people tell you. Oh, that's cool. Ever. And that Spearow went away. It's okay. Didn't need him. All right, he's low level. What's around me? Nothing good. But if there was a Venusaur, I would have left. Just kidding. Just kidding, boss. Okay. Why doesn't all map apps work like this? Yeah. I know that Google Maps, you have to two finger swipe up and down to get more of a flattened kind of a thing, like a 3D. But yeah. What do the leaves mean, Nelson? It means there's a possibility a higher possibility a Pokemon could be there. So you have to walk towards there and nothing shows up. It's a random roll, you know. RNG, random number generator. Yeah. Cool. So that's about it about Pokemon. I mean, If you want to talk about Webflow or Pokemon, let's get to it. Or show me what you are working on. Give me your URLs. Remember, only webflow.io URLs. So, share your links now. Yeah, and while I'm waiting, I just want to emphasize again, floating action buttons would be really cool in the center, or giving your or giving a toggle to let someone flip the floating action button to the left, because that would be cool. La Rochelle says, what's the behavior of a long press of the Pokeball before launching it? There is no behavior. Just tapping it will show the thing. Here we go. Okay, we're gonna start with Misha's Body Talk Karen. Let me say your body talk. Your body talk. Okay. All right. Okay. Nice and clean. I like how it feels clean. Not sure why you chose the slider for here. If anything, I would immerse the user in this photo. It explains a lot to me. This photo says, wander about, adventure, be at peace, green is good, nature, be one with the earth, stuff like that. That's what the photo is saying to me at first. So I would not have a slider at all. This would probably be a full width image, and this nav bar overlays on top of the image. Let immerse someone in this photo, because I feel like this photo says a lot, and maybe, now don't do 100% height on it. I'm just saying maybe probably the same where it ends right here, but just blow it up all the way to the edges. That would be nice, and you don't need a slider for it. Okay, maybe some sort of quote inside that says, live it up. I'm not a copywriter. Live it up. God. Scroll down, book a session about Karen. All right. I like how your menu is different. Not sure why you have this border right here, because you have a smaller one right here. So be more consistent with it. Okay. If this is the practitioner, I would see if you can get a photo shoot of her, at least for a headshot or something. You can take a photo of her and cut her out from the background and have some sort of subtle animation happening in the background, like leaves falling and stuff like that. Boom, something like Pokemon. That would be cool. Now, she doesn't have to be moving, but the background could be something subtle, and there you go. Just a thought. That would be really cool. Scrolling down. All right. Nice and clean. I love the colors. I'm so in on the colors. Okay. Oh, that's a nice photo of her. This one should be on the homepage, because on the homepage, it's kind of mysterious, who is this Karen? If I'm going to let someone help me, I need to see who they are. That's the first thing. I need to connect with a human. Sure, I'm going to connect with nature and everything, but the first thing I want to connect to, if I'm having some sort of emotional or mental stress, is the person who's going to help me out. So this somehow needs to be on the homepage. Okay? She looks very happy, inviting. She seems like she knows what she's doing. She has a good wall of copy right here that backs her up. So yeah, this photo needs to be on the homepage, most definitely. Great job so far. Keep it up. Let's go, Andre. I think I've seen this before, but let's see how you're doing. The Lexi of London. Here we go. Oh, okay. I don't think I've seen this then. Okay. Dude, this is nice. This is nice. Okay, we have cards going here. Or is it cards? Okay, hold on. I'm trying to take it in. Oh, there. Okay, I'm gonna click it. Please do something cool. Oh, okay, it goes to the color. Interesting. Uh, my first thought was if I click on this, this background image would change. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, what? What are you doing? That's cool. I love how when you hover over it, it's kind of subtly telling you, hey, if you click it, something will happen. And the left and right arrows on the hover, uh, mouse cursor changes to left and right, and it's telling you, hey, it's going to expand. And sure enough, it does. Oh, that is cool, Andre. Okay, we have cards here. Cool. Step 1, step 2, step 3. Buy now buttons. Okay. The animation is kind of, it's stuttering, so you might want to check that. I know that's a small thing, but you know, when it comes to fashion sites and beauty and whatnot, details is what matters when it comes to this type of industry. I mean, that's what makeup is all about, right? It's all about the detail. So try to figure out that drop down, why it's kind of stuttering. But yeah, dude, this is cool. Great hero area. It's, oh man, let's go to products. Let's see what happens. Is this gonna be e-commerce? If so, what are you using? Oh, it goes nowhere. Okay, let's see here. I guess you have colors done. Get the look. That's nice. Using sliders. Okay, is this a filter? It is. Okay, so I see my scroll bar doing stuff on the right, but I don't see anything happen below, so I have to scroll down to see it happen. I guess that's something you're still playing with. To make the text come out more, I would suggest having some sort of background box around the text, because see, I can't read the text because this pattern is so loud. So how can I read this without highlighting it? So try to figure that one out. Great job so far, and I know you're trying to, okay, I get it. I know you're trying to figure out this filtering, so maybe ask on the forums how you can do this better. But great job so far, man. Keep it up, Andre. All right, Pablo 137, Real Estate CMS. What you doing? Okay. Oh, nice. Okay. Taking it all in. Let's see here. Nice. Oh, cool. Iconography. Yes. That's cool. I like it. Iconography with your links. Good job. Oh, this is a template that you're gonna sell. Nice. Do it. What? How did you even? What is this? This is custom code. That has to be. That's really cool. I'm like, hey, I need to look through the site. Oh, that's cool. Okay, I think it goes a little bit too fast on the scroll down. A little bit slower. Yeah, like it just goes way too fast for me. But dude, I love the idea. That is, oh, dude, I haven't ever seen that before. This is why I love web design. You guys, oh, you guys are awesome. All right, cool. I like how this is a circle rather than, you know, people have been using triangles as a tab or whatnot, but you're using something more soft because homes are soft, and so you give it a rounded corner, which is awesome. Great job. These cards are nice. It's so pleasing right now, and the link is small, but would be nice. Just saying, if the whole card, not just this small call to action, was clickable. because you won't be able to see this unless you really stopped and read it. But even if you do, it's such a small font that I have to make sure that my mouse is right on it. Whereas if I hover over this whole white box area, I know I can click on it. But you still keep that text link here, but the whole card could be clickable. All right. This is cool. I like this. Oh my gosh. So clean. Okay, so this is an image. Nice. Great job. What? You're giving them an extra menu. Go and do it. Wait, there's a scroll. What? Okay. Great job, man. Great job. Dang. You took a long time for this one, huh? This was really, really good. Okay. All right. Here we go. Whoa, there's a lot. Okay. Would love some advice on how to make it less boring work in progress still. Misha there. Oh, okay. Yep, I told you. Main is a template though. Is it better to create cards directly in Webflow, or should I create them in another application such as Sketch? If we create them outside of Webflow, should they be uploaded as an image or SVG? So you can make cards in Webflow, okay? What cards are, it's just basically, this is a card right here. You know, I just made a div with rounded edges using border right here, border radius, 10 pixels, and that's the card. Now, I can design that card however I want using a bunch of divs and whatnot inside of Webflow, and you don't have to use anything else outside of Webflow to make your card, and it's coding directly. Now, if you have iconography for your cards, that's when you would need to do something in Illustrator or Sketch or whatnot and export that image as a SVG. And then upload your SVGs into Webflow and place them as images. And there you go. Oh, and Lil Rochelle answers that. Cool. Thank you so much. Okay. YouTube doesn't let me paste a URL. Yeah, because we don't want to make sure that we keep everything clean. No e-commerce yet. You can do oh, okay. Andre was just talking about his own site. Okay, just a hover. Also, it's better for SEO to put links. All right, cool. Caught up. Pillars Training by EBB. What you got? Okay, have we seen this before, or is it a different training workout site? Okay. So the thin text, usually it's meant for clean, but I would suggest something, the weight of the font be more bold, because training to me is all about, being bold and being powerful, like, let's get to it. When it comes to thin type of fonts, I think of clean, modern, relaxing, and training is not clean at all. It's about sweat and hard work. But yeah, so that's my first thought. I'm guessing these are the keywords that explain the business, and so I would bring that out more. I would it feels like it's hiding, and it's very, very close to the call to action. So I would space these all out a little bit more and play around with the type weights. Okay. We do it different. So when it comes to call to actions, it's tough. Totally agree, it's tough, because I'm not a copywriter. I don't know, but One thing this reminds me of is a lot of people are labeling their buttons with learn more. And I think that's just that's just an easy, lazy way to label your buttons. With something like this, we do it different. As a user, I'm thinking, oh, okay, why do you do it different? I want to click. That's way, way better than in-home fitness training. Learn more. But this one is in-home fitness training. We do it different. And it's like, ooh, okay, I want to click. So I click and I get here. So just a thought. Okay, we have cards here. See how you're using a heavy font weight here? I would suggest that on the homepage too, because this is like personal training, yes. Athletic training, bodybuilding, yes. It's like it's more bold. Yeah. Cool so far. Great job. Do we have anything else? Oh, you have some sort of something going on here. If you see the services and when I hover over philosophy, the links move about a couple of pixels, probably like 3. So I want to fix that. But overall, great job so far. I'm not sure why, if I click on We Do It Different, it opens in a new tab. You might want to fix that one. Yeah. Cool. Let's see. Go here. Checking. Anything good? A Pidgey? No. There's too many of those around. All right. Let's see here. Did I miss anyone's links? Yeah, you guys, great job on everything you're working on so far. Keep it up. Sign up for the community leaderboard. I want to give you guys things. I want to make you guys happy and praise you guys for doing all the right things, for helping us out. Here we go. From Andre. Nelson, could you do an episode on third-party suppliers that have a relationship with Webflow, like FoxyCart, but maybe just an episode touching on all of them? There's a lot of third-party suppliers. As far as relationships go, I'll have to see, because most of the stuff we're just implementing with them, and like Zapier or MailChimp. But there's not really, besides FoxyCart, I don't think there's anyone that has a super strong relationship with us, because FoxyCart, as you heard from their talk, from the workshop, they were already on a path to only doing the processing part of e-commerce. They didn't want to touch any of the platforms. And then when they heard about us and tried us, they're like, oh, that's just a perfect fit. We'll reach out to them. Whereas us, we're a platform and we're trying to make it as flexible as possible. So we have to reach out to MailChimp, Zapier, and all those other places. And plus, all these third parties like Shopify, SoundCloud, Embedly, and whatnot, they already have an open API that we can already tie into, and that's why they're inside of Webflow already. So I'm not sure which ones you want me to touch on, but here, what should our next Webflow topic be? So if you have an idea for a next topic, go ahead and add it there, and I will get to it. So maybe we should. FinlayCon says, "Hey, I'd like to suggest a workshop on third-party integrations. Using Webflow, potentially how to integrate them. Google Analytics, Google Tag Manager, add this, Hotjar, etc., etc." So maybe this could be in line with yours, Andre. So go ahead and add more to his idea, and I will start writing up stuff for it. or maybe an episode of using open source database to make a crowdfunding site or a simple login to show custom content. So, Willem, what you're trying to make is a web app, and that is something that Webflow is hoping towards way later down the road. But as you can see, we're taking very small steps to get there. But these small steps are small because we're focused on the quality of each step. And just like Vlad said in his workshop when we interviewed him, he did say we're going to have a plugin marketplace. So maybe web apps will come sooner rather than later, because we can have developers like you guys, the community, adding to our plugin marketplace to enable custom content per user account, or to make a whole crowdfunding site. That would be really cool, and we're doing the best we can to get there. Tomas, Webflow is phenomenal. You're doing an amazing job, guys. Keep it up. Thank you so much, Tomas. This is a labor of love with every person on the team, and actually family. We call ourselves the Webflow family because we want to see each other succeed. And when we succeed, the web design community succeeds, because we want to give you guys the best tools possible to, what I always say, make the web beautiful, right? So yeah, we're doing it for you guys. That would be a very interesting theme to talk about. How many people are on the team? 24. Yeah, 24 people are on the team. It's a small team. 4 people in the support team. That's me, Will, Waldo, and Dave. Yeah. And so we 4 are supporting the whole Webflow community as much as we can. So yeah, we want to help you guys. So let's take 2 more questions or 1 more link to look through. And while I'm waiting for that, my usual sign-offs. Oh, wait. I can't tell you how much Webflow has increased my revenue as a web designer versus web developer. Put a lot of developers out of work. Okay. Here's the thing, and I get these type of comments or questions a lot. Are we trying to put web developers out of the job? No. We want web developers to focus on awesome things, okay? As a designer, you talk to me about things like JSON, XML, anything beyond the basic jQuery animations and interactions, it goes over my head. I'm like, woof, but when it comes to UX and designing a layout, I'm like, yeah, I'm all in. I want to design that, but I can't execute it. But now with Webflow, I can do everything on my own. But to a web developer, that's all basic stuff. HTML, CSS, jQuery, setting up a simple database for a blog, that's all simple stuff. But what do you think web developers are more excited about? Pushing the future of web apps, Like, how can I connect how can I make VR web a reality, or how can I push the limits of what this JavaScript framework can do, how can I make a cool function that connects to an Arduino, that connects to a drone, that connects to my phone and then my Tesla car. I don't know, doing crazy stuff. Web developers want to do crazier things. Do you really think they love it when you give them a static mock and say, hey, can you slice this and code it in HTML, CSS, and JS? Do you really think they love that? Not really. And so, in my opinion, developers should be doing way more awesome stuff that we designers could never do, because we have a creative mind that if all we're doing is looking at code, it kind of gets boring and monotonous. Whereas a web developer, they see code, it's like the Matrix. They want to go at it like, oh, I want to figure everything out. I want to make some awesome stuff happen. And that's good. Do that. If you're a web developer, do that. All right. Off my soapbox. I'm done. Okay. But it was a great comment, Andre. Thank you so much. I just wanted to get it out there. Ron says, Tomas says, exactly, next level shit. Yep, exactly. Ron C says, I'm a Joomla guy, but realizing the power of Webflow, how can Webflow influence meets basic CMS needs? How good is the Webflow CMS? Oh, it's very good. Let's see, let me go real quick, show you the CMS. Let's go here to a demo site. For example, here's a demo site that I made for Design and Content Conference that I was just at. And this is all run by the CMS. Okay, so this is static content. This is content from a database. This is static. And then if I go here, this is database. Now, as for the CMS side, so if I'm a content editor, I want to edit things in the database or on the website, but I don't want to touch the layout because the web designers spent so much time keeping the layout clean. Here's what they would do. Okay. If you've seen other platforms, they would probably have to go to a different UI, press publish on the UI, go to another tab, refresh the page to see if the design looks good, and if it does, then it worked. Yay. If not, they have to go back to the other UI, edit it, publish, go back to the other tab, refresh the page. Does it work? Yay, good. But that takes too long. Why can't they just edit on the page? So, how good is the Webflow CMS? Well, in fact, I'm in the CMS right now. The only way I can tell that is I have this awesome toolbar at the bottom. If I need to edit anything, I just click on this. Like, let's say it's happening in San Diego this time. San Diego, California, 2017. I click outside of it. It's saved. I press publish. Boom. I'm done. And then if I want to edit, so that's static content. If I want to edit database content, I can just go to that person's page. And so this is in our database. And I could change stuff like, let's click this. And that's her wrong thing, her wrong Twitter handle. It's actually at Twitter, something like that, or at Shopify. I just change it on the page and I'm done. Or I can click on collections, which is our pretty name for the database. Click on speakers, Elaine, and I can change her Twitter handle to Shopify person or something like that. Save and publish. So yeah, I didn't have to go to a different UI. It's basically what you see is what you get. And that's what I think is the most powerful thing about our CMS. It's that the content editors don't have to, they're not confused on how to edit this. You hover, click, edit, done. Okay, so there's that. Brendan, I hope it was a good Pokemon. I hope it had a high CP because we're already ending our stream. But you can watch the recording. And speaking of which, awesome segue. This workshop happens every Tuesday at 10 a.m. Pacific time. So join us at webflow.com/workshops. And if you miss it, just go to youtube.com/webflow for all of our videos and past workshops recordings. If you want to follow Webflow on Twitter, it's at Webflow app, or follow me at The Pixel Geek. Follow us on Twitter, it's Facebook, or follow us on Facebook, it's facebook.com/Webflow for support help. So if you need any account, billing, or technical help, just hit me up or the rest of the support team at support@webflow.com. If you have any design issues, the huge and beautiful, wonderful community is there for you 24/7 at forums.webflow.com. And I think that's about it. thank you guys. It's been fun. Yeah, give me some suggestions for next week. All right, well, I'll get to them, and don't forget to join the community leaderboard because I want to give you guys some love back for doing it, for helping us out. Let me get I'll put the URL later. But thank you guys so much. Go catch them all, and of course, make the web beautiful. I'll see you next week.